everyone, welcome back. I titled this reading February was the last hard month because that's really how it feels, and if you resonate with that, then this is definitely your message. So I'm gonna get some channeled messages for March, but I can tell you already it feels like an intense energy has lifted, and I know this does have a connection to the full moon that happened like a week ago. It really was a great purging for a lot of people, and I know a lot of you can be experiencing, you may think it as allergies or either issues with your sinuses or your stomach, any of those, but it's all purging. And you could also notice like either wanting to eat a lot more or not at all, or drink a lot more or not at all, just changes in your body. But I feel like you're really just going with the flow of it because you've learned that that's the best thing to do. So right away, I'm getting that the ride is over. The roller coaster ride that you've been on, it finally ended. It felt like it never would. It was like going on loop after loop, but now it's finally ended. And it's almost like as scared as you were in the beginning of it, by the time you get off, you're almost like, not that you're ready to go again because you're happy to be off, but it's just not, you feel like you've overcome it. That's the feeling of having overcome something, of exiting different than how you entered. So let's say the way you went into 2024, like from the very end of December till beginning of January, the way you entered this year versus now is completely different. And it feels also like this is the new year, like it's just started. And I know that around the solstice, or on the solstice, the spring solstice, March 21st, I think, is the new year. It's the Persian New Year, and I know there may be other cultures that celebrate that too, but it's definitely in alignment with spring. But also it's this feeling like the beginning of March is a new year as well. But it's not, you don't need to get hung up on the year and when it begins and all of that. Just, it's more so the energy of something having ended, and with that bringing in a new beginning. So it's like the ride is over, meaning it's not gonna feel so up and down, and it's not gonna feel so like what you need comes in a chunk, but then you have to go a long time without it, and then you get another chunk, and it's like this inconsistency. That's what's ended. And it may have felt at times like things were moving really slow, and then they would just move way too fast and then really slow, and it was like there was never just an even type of feeling, but now it's here. So you've managed to get out of your head, but still be able to use your head. So it's not like you're avoiding your thoughts or your feelings, but they just no longer consume you, and they know, it's like you've really grounded into your body. And I'm feeling a lot of Taurus energy, even if that doesn't relate to at all. It's just an energy of being so grounded and comfortable in the body and feeling in the body. That's what's coming through. I don't know, maybe you have a connection to Taurus season, or there's going to be something leading up from now till then. Anyway, I'm also hearing that Aries season is going to be very like relaxing and chill compared to how it normally is. So the Nine of Cups is about wishes coming true. It's about getting what you want, getting what you desire, but it's like your dream, your wish. And I feel like you've taken the responsibility of, like, if you have a dream or a wish at this point, you're not gonna just go throw a penny in a fountain or wish on a star, because at this point you actually understand the role you play in it, and that you have more control over your dreams coming true, even the ones that feel so far away or so extreme. You actually have more of a part to play than just wishing and seeing what happens. And you know that you can actively work towards these things, even if you don't know exactly how to get there. It's like you've always found, or you've found that there's always something you can do. And you're consistent on doing that, whatever it is. So you're not going to ever wait around for something, because you're always going to find something else to focus on that will inevitably help you get closer to that thing that you're trying to get towards. But you understand now why a straight path to there is not necessarily the quickest way. And sometimes when you go on these detours and these, which feel like a longer way, it's actually a shortcut. But you can only go that way by listening to your intuition. So I want to pull from this deck, this oracle deck. This is like you having freed yourself from this idea or this belief that you really couldn't make these things happen. Like, maybe it will, maybe it won't. I have no control. I just have to send a wish or send a hope. But it's like you understand, if you have a desire in your heart, it's there for a reason. It's not an accident or just a mistake or just something that could possibly be. It's like you're meant to feel the way you feel about it for a reason. And you know, if you investigate that, you're just going to get closer to understanding it. And you've also accepted that certain things that you want in the moment, you may work towards, and on that journey towards them, you'll realize you don't actually want them anymore. And that's okay too. But you won't have wasted time pursuing it, because you'll have learned on the journey regardless. You're going to learn anyway. You're going to learn no matter what's thrown at you. You're going to take anything thrown at you and use it to become smarter, better, stronger, happier, whatever you want to be. That's why nothing is your enemy anymore. Nothing is against you anymore, because there's nothing that you can't perceive in some way or find some perspective to see it as helping you or teaching you. And you're okay with the unknown. You're okay with the things you don't know or don't understand, and you don't want to. You don't want to know more than you're meant to. You understand the burden of knowing too much or knowing something too soon, and you don't want that. And you accept that where you are now, what you know now is exactly what's meant to be. And in the minute you're meant to know more, you will. And you'll be called to learn it. But you're not going to go learn things out of fear of not knowing. You only pursue knowledge now for your own enjoyment, because it excites you to learn new things, not because you feel like if you don't know this, something bad's going to happen. So blossoming abundance, and 3, and how March is the 3rd month. 3s represent creation also. And to me, it's representing all 3 elements, or like the physical, the spiritual, and the cosmos or something. It's like all 3 dimensions or 3 sides of something coming together, the dark, the light, and the physical or something. And it's a balance, and it's not balance between 2 things like a scale. It's a balance between 3. And so it's like it's even more sturdy. Like the structure of a triangle or a pyramid is stronger than something like, I don't know what this is called, like a seesaw type structure. So, but this is also, you could be noticing flowers, you could be finding coins a lot, and not just pennies, like bigger coins, quarters, or unique coins, like and maybe a peso or a Canadian dollar, and you find it in America, something like that. All these are just signs of I heard the fertility of the energy. It's like the energy is so fertile, you can make anything out of it. And you could only get to this point after having filtered through, like your own higher self would not let you make it to this point with such potent, fertile energy without you having cleared out the subconscious, so you weren't accidentally using this energy to manifest exactly what you don't want. That's why at this point, like I said, you're in control of your mind. It's not your thoughts that are controlling you anymore. They're not running the show anymore. You are, and everyone knows it. All parts of you know it. And that's why you're free to now manifest without worrying that you're going to use this energy to accidentally get what you don't want, because you're not going to think about what you don't want. And if you catch yourself thinking of it, you realize immediately, and you change, and you don't even worry about it. You don't worry about catching yourself thinking about it. You just you don't give any energy to what you don't want. The second you become aware you're giving it, you stop. And that's why you're able to be in this place, why your higher self has let you. There's this one card in this deck called At the Garden Gate, and it's like she's standing at this gate, and it's like your higher self has opened the gate up for you. Like, okay, you can pass now, because I trust that you're not gonna mess this up or with self-sabotage. Hostilities, or is that what it says? Yeah, hostilities in reverse. There could have been a lot of energy coming at you, especially right before this breakthrough you had, really trying to hold you back, kind of like how you face the most resistance right when you're about to make a breakthrough, because it's like everything is using all it has now, going all out to stop you because you're about to do it. But you did it, and I feel like there could still be people or situations in your life that represent this energy, but because there's just a small lag time between, the physical catching up, you've already shifted out of the energy of even having this reflected back to you, because you're not at war with yourself anymore. You're not in self-sabotage anymore. And so anything in your life that presents as this energy, number one, you're not giving attention to, because like I just said, if it's not serving you, helping you, or allowing you to see yourself as divine, you're not giving it your attention. So these things in your life, know that they're phasing themselves out. They're kind of like ghosts or shadows of the past at this point. Like it's just something left behind. It's not even what it is anymore, if that makes sense. It's like just the shadow or just the echo of it. There are remnants, but they're gonna take care of themselves. Okay, I'm seeing like certain cells in the body, like if they know they're abnormal, they'll like eat themselves or something like that. And that's what I'm getting here. It's like this problem will take care of itself. So there's nothing you need to do or even worry about, because it's literally gonna I don't know what the word is, but it's gonna clear itself out by itself. No one needs to do a thing, okay? Also, the word nematodes, I don't even know what that is. I think it's something really small that grows. I don't know why. I don't even know if that's the name. Anyway, let's see what else comes up. Okay. So first, this is specific, but for some of you, you could have been feeling like in the last 6 months or last year that you were tuned in to a future, not that far in the future, but it was like you were tuned in by the season. For example, if you were in winter, you were like feeling tuned into summer somehow. Or if you were in fall, you were feeling tuned into spring somehow. It's like the polar opposite. You were somehow tuned into it, kind of like getting glimpses of what's to come. But if you had been feeling that, I feel like now it's caught up though. So whatever you're experiencing now is what you were seeing in the past, but you're not going to be seeing the future now because you're in it. So sometimes that's how it works. It's like you see the future and you're aware in some way that you're in the past, but of course it's still the present. And then you make it to that future you saw, and you're aware that now you're in that future. It's like there's layers. Like you can be aware that you're in the present, but you're also in the past, or you're also in the future, or you're in the present. So if you resonate, you know what that means. And if that's confusing, then don't worry about it. So, but yeah, you've caught up now. Now you're in the present. So we have door to romance and journey. Okay. So first I'm going to start here with journey. I feel like you've made peace and you're happy being alone or on your own or self-sufficient or independent in some way. Even if you have a partner or you have a family you're really close to, there's some level of like, you're so okay on your own and you don't have any codependency left or any, like now, if you're allowing someone to be in your life, it's just because you want them to be. It's not because you feel like you have to have them or like you're going to lose them or you're afraid to lose them. It's really just because you want them, because you don't need someone else anymore. You don't need anyone anymore. And you're so content being on your own. But I feel like there's going to be a whole new chapter opening up for you that you are not even expecting, and you're not supposed to. You weren't getting glimpses of this for a reason. And the fact that it's locked, I feel like there's not even much I can say about it or pick up on, because it's meant to be hidden and a secret, because you're not meant to put energy towards this. It's kind of like if you're driving and you're using your GPS and it says like, this is going to be coming up. It doesn't mean you have to like look out for it, or it's just telling you, like, you don't have to chase it. It's just telling you on this route, that's what's coming up. But that's not even a good example, because it's not like you're the car and you're going towards it. It's more the car coming towards you. So just know that here's what I can say about this. Whether it be romantic or friendships or like that type of those people you meet that you're just so close to, you just know you'll be in each other's lives forever and you'll always be there for each other. Whatever the case is, what's coming is relationships and people who there's not going to be any doubt in your heart of their intentions or of what they want with you or from you. You know, you're not even going to think that like, okay, what do you want from me? Why are you talking to me? It's like their intentions will be so known and they'll match yours. It's like you guys will have the same heart signature and your hearts will recognize each other. It won't be something you have to say. It's just this energetic connection that you'll feel when you get in each other's presence. And it's like this safety. Your authentic self is in this heart locked away, but it's like, I mean, in this analogy, I'm not saying that you've locked your authentic self away, because it feels like you are living in your authenticity. But if you can think of your most authentic, like even your inner child, the most pure, raw version of you, it's going to feel so safe around this person. And their version of that is going to feel so safe around you. It'll be like going both ways. But just know that the only reason I'm able to tell you this now about this is like knowing that don't base it on relationships you've had in the past or the way you've connected or communicated with people in the past, because it's going to be on a whole another level. Like even the people you're closest to, it's going to be on a whole other level than what you've experienced. And it just wants you to know there is such true, real people coming into your life. Okay. So I'm being guided to take these 3. Angel of Strength in reverse, Door to Value in reverse, and Yin Yang in reverse. So this to me, first of all, it's reminding me of Vegas. So if someone's thinking about taking a trip to Vegas, or they're I don't know, that's just something you like to do or may do, that's extra confirmation to definitely enjoy yourself. This is like you've had to be so strict and strong with yourself when it comes to finances or material items. Like maybe you've had to go really long without or with only the bare minimum, or like all the extra things that just make you feel human that you like to do, even lighting a candle in your house. Maybe you couldn't even afford a candle. It's like all these extra luxuries, even the simple small ones that don't even cost that much, all of them were taken from you, or you just had to be very like, when it came to finances and money, in order to, I'm seeing a colander, it's like a bowl with a bunch of holes. I'm seeing that as being you or not you, but that's how you would hold your energy before. And so it didn't matter if you were able to manifest really well, you would lose whatever you got. And so here's the storyline. You're someone who's always been naturally really gifted at manifesting. Even if you, anyway, you're a natural manifester, okay? And as you grew up, because you were a natural manifester and you were also someone who did not know how to have boundaries, you would get a lot, but you would lose it just as quickly because you couldn't hold on to it. You didn't know how, because you didn't have boundaries. You just had all these holes in your energy that allowed too much to come through and too much to leave, and there was no protection, or little to no protection from your own energetic field. So, but you always were protected anyway by angels, I'm hearing angels, guardian demons, guardian entities, everything, okay? But back to the story. Because your higher self was like, this isn't gonna work. I can't keep manifesting and just losing it all. Like, this is not suiting me. Something needs to change. So your own higher self temporarily put a block. Yes, you put a block on your own manifestations and your ability to manifest. So you were forced to focus on your boundaries, because the little that you did had, now you have to protect that, because there's nothing more coming in. So you got to take all that you can possibly get and protect it. And you had to build those boundaries. And you had to lose everything in order to get to a place where you were like, I need to have boundaries now. But see, once you built those boundaries, your higher self is like, okay, block removed. Now, see, this is all they wanted. So all that struggle, all that hard time of going without, of having to be really strong and literally having to grow in your strength and your confidence, to speak up for yourself, to say no to whatever it is, to close all those holes so it's no longer a colander. But you've done that now. And so this is that feeling that it's like a lid, like you were in a jar and like they took the lid off and you're like, you can feel the fresh air. You've just been stuck in there breathing your own air, and you can feel it, and you're free now to manifest, and your manifesting abilities are back. Because you could have been like confused, like, I'm supposed to be good at this. What am I doing wrong? But the more you focused on trying to manifest more and like, I need more and I need more, that was never what you were meant to focus on, because that wasn't your problem. Your problem was not having boundaries. And once you realized that and focused on it and healed it, this is the part where you can now manifest like you never have before, because now what you get, you're not going to lose. It's just going to be this steady flow, which goes back to the beginning of the reading when I was saying you got off the ride, the roller coaster. It's going to be consistent now. It's not going to be like all at once and then nothing at all, and then you have to make it last. And it's now consistent, which includes your finances, which includes your material abundance, like your cars, your homes, your jobs, whatever it may be. It's not just the money, it's all of it. It's anything physical. Now, instead of having to have chunks of it, now it's going to be consistent. And it was a slow build, but only because when it was faster before, not that it can't be fast, but it had to be a slow build to like build back your strength, build back your confidence, all of that. But now it can come in a lot faster, but you're not in a rush for it to come faster, because you're actually present and you're okay and you're not trying to escape this moment anymore. Let's see, which deck? Let's do some from the Fool's Tarot. Let's see. For March, I'm going to take this one too. The Beautiful. You are naturally beautiful. This is what I feel like you're realizing as the seasons change, as the flowers come out, as the dead winter thaws away and like the spring blooms and blossoms. You're going to be realizing your own beauty as you're realizing how beautiful nature is. It's going to be like, it's a reflection of you. You're not going to say, oh, I wish I was beautiful like a flower. You're going to say, the beauty in that flower represents beauty in me. There's no separation. And the romantic Fool, fall in love with yourself, fall in love with life. So yes, this goes along with, and see the flowers in this too. And it's like, you could even be sending yourself flowers. Maybe you did that for Valentine's Day. Maybe you sent yourself flowers. Maybe you made yourself your Valentine. And also, I'm encouraging you, I know it's Valentine's, it's over, but Easter's coming up. Even if you don't celebrate it, go make yourself an Easter basket. It doesn't even have to be big. If you're on a budget, you can give yourself a $10, even a $5 limit. Go to the dollar store, go to Five Below. Make yourself a cute little Easter basket. And when these holidays come up, make yourself a cute little St. Patty's Day basket, or like start giving to yourself. I heard rewarding, but it's not reward. It's like, start celebrating you. Just like if you want to give the person you love the most, you want to shower them with love, affection, gifts, do that for you. And if you've already been doing that, great, keep it up and take it up to the next level. Okay, you can't love yourself too much. I don't care what anyone says. They don't understand self-love. They think it's something else if they think you can love yourself too much, because you can't. And true love, unconditional love, the more you love yourself, the more you're able to love everyone else. So it's a win-win. The peaceful, peace is only a breath away. And see, the thing is too, as much as you're motivated and ready to go, you've learned to balance that fire and that with like the self-love, and also relaxing and not being in a rush and not pressuring yourself. So you're not gonna get burnt out anymore. Because I feel like you'd been really wanting to just go hard and like full force, but you knew if you did that, because you had in the past, that you would get burnt out just as fast. So you had to, it's like someone who wants to just run as fast as they can, but they're like, I have to start walking and then jogging and slowly pick up my pace. But you've done that, and now you can go harder and you can go faster because you rest harder now. Like, you give yourself a break now. So you're able to recharge and able to move forward with the intensity that you want. You don't have to hold back so much anymore, because you understand, just like gaining balance on, I'm seeing ice skates and a bicycle, just like having to, go on both sides, but then you find it and you find your balance and you can go faster now. You can't go fast when you're trying to find your balance, or you just fall. But once you get that balance, now you can pick up speed. And that's exactly where I'm getting you at. And also, I'm just feeling this, so many options, so many doors opening up. It's like, now you have what you need, and then there's other options. Like, maybe before there was no plan B. Like, you couldn't even have a plan B. That wasn't even an option. But now plan A is working, and you have plan B and plan C. It's like, now you have all the options, but you're already getting what you need. Let's say you needed help and you asked someone, but they couldn't help you because maybe they wanted to, but they just weren't able to. And now you don't need help anymore, but now if you did, that person could help you. That's what it's like. You have what you need, and then there's extra, but you don't even need the extra anymore, but it's there. So that just shows to how much abundance you have. Know the law, and whenever this comes up, it's like understanding the laws of attraction, the laws of assumption, like understanding basically your mind creates your reality. And even if it's been a while, that doesn't mean something's not coming. So it could have taken you a while to manifest something. That doesn't mean it's not coming. Because if you focus on it, if you believe it, if you know it's happening, it's going to happen, it has to happen. That's the law. And I feel like you know that. And that's why you're also at peace. And that's why you can find peace. And if you feel yourself getting worked up, you can easily snap out of it and just take that breath and just come back to your center. So that's why this is the best month so far, and it does feel like it's only going to get better. And it doesn't mean there won't be small dips, but it's like even the challenges are going to almost be enjoyable because your response is so different now to them than it used to be. It'll feel more like challenges in a game, in a video game that you're choosing to play, that you're ultimately enjoying and having fun with, or you wouldn't be playing it. It'll feel more like that than this obligated life that you're just a prisoner of. So I feel that's pretty much all, but I'm going to see any more. Okay, and this is for me the Fool card in this deck. So also horses have been coming through a lot. You could be connected to horses, you could be getting a horse. Maybe you don't have any connection, but you just all of a sudden feel like you want to start horseback riding or working with horses or volunteering, anything like that. But horses can also represent a strength of spirit and integrity, and I feel like that's you, but you know that about yourself. But the difference is now everyone's gonna see it. You were kind of hidden in plain sight or in plain view. I'm hearing you were hidden so that people could make their own judgments about you. It's like Spirit almost uses you to test people. Like, how are they going to perceive this person? And you bring people awareness of their own self based on how they perceive you. But I feel like that's being lifted too, and now people are really going to be able to see your intentions and how strong your spirit is and the integrity of your spirit, and how, you know, you only, like, if someone had tried to make you seem bad or like you had bad intentions, it'll be so clear that that's not true. And it won't be you having to say anything or prove it. It's just, you're going to get a lot of support. But again, you don't need it technically, like, but now you're going to get it now that you don't need it anymore, because you had to teach yourself that you didn't need it, or you would have always been dependent. But now that you don't need it, now it's here. But you could still use it, you don't mind. And there's no problem using it. There's no problem. You're supposed to work together as a system, you know? It's not about having enough that you can cut off every other human because you don't need them anymore. But it's about joining together because you want to, not because you have to. So, last thing coming up, Ace of Pentacles reverse. Let's see what this is about. But yeah, like I said, you're going to be getting a lot of support and a lot of people just saying like, hey, I have your back, or hey, if you ever need this, or hey, I have this, if you ever need help with that, I can help you. You're just going to get a lot of that, and it's going to be genuine. It's not like people like trying to take advantage of you or scam you or like get you to do them a favor. It's going to be genuine, and it's going to be, they just want to support you because they see you and they support whoever you are, whatever you stand for, they support it. Okay, what is this Ace of Pentacles in reverse about? Something being blocked, cut off, stop. Okay, here's what it is. I don't know why I'm being shown. This is grossing me out, but I'll tell you. It's like, I'm hearing gangrene. So basically when someone's tissue is dying, so they have to, I know sometimes it'll either fall out by itself or they have to get it amputated. But here's what I'm getting. There was something rotten, okay? And you cut it off in your own way by no longer giving attention to it. Because maybe you couldn't physically cut it out of your life, but you could mentally just not think about it, not focus on it, just give it the bare minimum that you had to. And you did. And it's like, it can no longer survive. It was only surviving on your, and I'm hearing thriving, not just surviving. It was thriving on your energy. But now that it's cut off, it's literally this, like, I'm seeing you tying a string around this dead thing that's attached to you, or someone tying this string and like tying it so tight that it like cuts off, like amputating by like tying a string and like cutting it off, like literally no blood's going to it anymore. No, yeah, that's what it is. It's not about gangrene. It's about like, if you were to tie something around your arm, for example, like right here, so tightly that your hand couldn't get any blood flow, that hand would eventually like start dying and have necrosis or whatever. But that's what you did with something in your life, that it was like you were physically attached to it in some way, but you knew that if you cut off that circulation, if you cut off that flow, it would eventually die. And that's what this Ace of Pentacles is representing. Something that you tied this thing around. Okay, but here's also what I'm hearing. You had to do that because if you didn't, it would have spread and literally killed you. Like, it would have taken over your whole body. So you're like, I can cut this off. I can make this sacrifice to save the rest. And that's what's falling off. You made this choice. That's what's falling off this month. Yeah. It could have been a very long time coming. Something that worried you a lot. And because you were worried it would spread or it wouldn't fall off fast enough. But it did. It worked. The guidance that you received and did, it was true. It worked. And it's cut off. It no longer has this supply, this flow. Let's do one more, last one. You're in charge, I heard. Anytime you feel doubt this month, let that be your affirmation. I'm in charge. I'm in charge. Look in the mirror, look in your eyes and say, I'm in charge. Anytime that doubt tries to come up or anything, okay? You're safe. You've made it. And now you can actually feel that safety. You're not just hearing it, you're feeling it within you. So I'm really excited for March, and I hope that this reading made you excited, put you in a good energy, whatever the case may be. Thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in a reading, I have information about that in the description, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. See you next time.